So brush your teeth and floss with me. There's so much to learn and see. So come along and smile with me. It's the Kimmy Tooth Tutor Show.
That's me. Hello, it's Kimmy the Tooth Tutor, and I'm here today with my friend Elvis. Hello. And we have an experiment to do today and a book to read. So we will start the experiment first. This is white vinegar. So it's white vinegar that sometimes you use to cook and sometimes you use to clean. And this is just regular water. And they look the same, right? Well, we are going to do an experiment with an antacid tablet, otherwise known as Tums. But we're going to drop one in here in the vinegar, and we're dropping one in the water. And if I was in a classroom, I would say, why do you think I chose Tums to put in there? And it is because they have calcium in them, just like our teeth. So we will check back in on this in a little bit and talk about what's happening. And this is our book today. It's a very silly book that I enjoy tremendously. It's called Tooth Poop: The Truth About Dental Cavities. I felt like the experiment went well with it. So that's why I chose that today. This is written by Mark Vogley and illustrated by Jenny Campbell. This is Danny. Every year, twice a year, Danny goes to the dentist, and every year, twice a year, Dr. Dent tells Danny the same thing. Danny, you have another cavity. Here. And today is not Danny's first cavity. Danny's parents are not happy. They want Danny to have healthy checkups, but cannot convince Danny that taking care of his teeth every day is important. We tell you that all the time, right? You're supposed to brush 2 times a day for 2 whole minutes, and then also floss. Once a day is good. Dr. Dent asked Danny, are you brushing and flossing your teeth every day? Danny, in protest, replied, I don't like to brush. I don't like to floss. Danny was angry, and Danny's parents were at their wits' end. Danny's dentist was also frustrated because he really wanted Danny to start taking better care of his teeth. Danny had just turned 8, so Dr. Dent believed that he was now old enough to learn the truth about cavities. Danny, why should you brush and floss your teeth every day? Asked Dr. Dent. So I won't get cavities, Danny replied in a questioning voice. Dr. Dent continued, that's correct. But have I told you the truth about why you should brush and floss your teeth? With hesitation, Danny replied, the truth? I don't think so. Dr. Dent then asked, Danny, do you know what bacteria is? Danny replied, no. Well, Dr. Dent went on, why do your mom and dad ask you to wash your hands before dinner? Danny knew the answer to that question and explained, because they want me to wash the germs off my hands. And this was obviously before COVID, because I feel like kids are very smart about germs now. Dr. Dent said in exclamation, that's right, Danny. Did you know that germs are small bugs that we cannot see? Did you know that germs are bacteria? Did you know that bacteria lives in your mouth, in my mouth, and in the mouths of your parents too? Danny hesitated. I guess so. Dr. Dent then asked, what do you think these little living things like to eat? Danny was dumbfounded. He had no idea what bacteria like to eat. Well, Danny, said Dr. Dent, what's your favorite food? Danny replied, pizza. Dr. Dent said, bacteria love to eat pizza too. What about spaghetti? Danny challenged. Dr. Dent replied, bacteria love spaghetti. Danny was starting to put it all together. So these small bugs live in my mouth and eat like everything I like to eat? And impressed Dr. Dent replied, that's right, Danny. Now you're getting it. Dr. Dent continued, now how about the truth, Danny? With enthusiasm, Danny said, okay. Dr. Dent continued, Danny, after you eat your pizza, your body uses the food for energy. What happens to the food that's left over and that you cannot use? Danny was pretty sure he knew the answer, but he was too embarrassed to say it. See, he's all red. Dr. Dent saved him and yelled out enthusiastically, "You poop it out, right?" Danny was laughing now and said, "Right." Dr. Dent was anxious to see the light turn on in Danny's head when he asked, "And what happens after the bacteria eat pizza?" Danny didn't want to say it, so Dr. Dent confidently yelled, "They poop it out, right? Onto your teeth." Dr. Dent continued emphatically, "Danny, bacteria in your mouth make tooth poop." Danny crinkled his nose and said, "Gross." Dr. Dent was excited to put it all together for Danny. "So Danny, the truth is that dental cavities are caused by tooth poop. The reason your parents and I are asking you to brush and floss your teeth every day is to remove both bacteria and the tooth poop." Did you guys know that? Danny's parents nodded in approval. Dr. Dent then asked Danny, "So do you want to go home and brush and floss your teeth?" And Danny exclaimed excitedly, "Most definitely." It's a true story. Tooth poop is called lactic acid, and it's a byproduct of bacteria of the mouth after processing carbohydrates like sugar, pizza, spaghetti. As more and more bacteria accumulate, more tooth poop, lactic acid, is produced on the tooth surface and causes cavities. The truth is that tooth poop, lactic acid, causes the hard enamel of healthy teeth to demineralize. It becomes softer, it eats away at it, and become unhealthy. If the bacteria and tooth poop are removed through a regular brushing and flossing, it's impossible for teeth to get cavities. I feel like that is an important message to hear. So this was our book, a very good one, I think. And here is how our experiment's going. I will take a picture and post it after, no, I can't do that in the comments anymore. I will come back and do a little mini video and attach it to the end. But this is what's happening. I don't know if you can see in the water or the clean mouth, right? There's nothing going on. And sometimes we can't see the bacteria, and sometimes we can't even see the tooth poop on our teeth, right? Sometimes we can scratch it off with our fingernail and you can see it, and it's like white stuff on your fingernail. But sometimes we can't even see it, just like we can't really see the difference between these at the beginning. And if you look in this one, the vinegar or the acid is eating away at the Tums, just like the acid, the lactic acid, the tooth poop from the bacteria eat away at your teeth. So it is a very good lesson. I hope you have a wonderful week and that you're happy and have a wonderful holiday season. And we will see you soon. Don't forget to brush 2 times a day and floss to keep that tooth poop away. Bye. Bye. So as you can see, the one on the right, the one next to Elvis, has eaten away at most of that tablet, and the liquid is discolored. And the white one, I mean the clear one on the other side, it looked white in my camera, is the tablet is still whole and it has done nothing. So remember guys, brush your teeth.